everyone, so today I just want to talk to you about the many different uses of MAC pigments. A lot of people think that they are just used for eyeshadow, but they're not. They're used for a lot of different things, and I'm going to show you what. And a pigment looks like this. It comes in a jar like this. So this jar has either 7.5 grams or 26 ounces, and this is a whole lot of product. And I will just show you on the inside what it looks like. So this one just came in the mail today for me, so I haven't used a lot of it, but it looks like that. And just so you know, a lot of times you are going to get a pigment and it might come and it might be full only to there. That is because it goes by weight, not by how full the container is, so it just depends on how it settles. So sometimes you're going to get pigments that come and they're just overflowing when you open them, and sometimes you're going to get them and they don't come with what looks like as much, but really it's just packed down really tightly, and that's just the way it's settled. So I get a lot of questions, emails, comments, messages asking me, what is a MAC pigment? What does a pigment do? What do you use a pigment for? All types of different pigment questions. So here is what a pigment is. So pigment is just a loose eyeshadow. You can get them. My MAC counter stopped selling pigments. They used to have like a select few colors, but they stopped that. So I don't know if other MAC counters still sell them, but I don't think so. You can buy them either at MAC stores, MAC Pro stores, or online, either at MACcosmetics.com or MACpro.com. Now, if you go to MACcosmetics.com, I will have a link directly to pigments in the sidebar, but just so you know, you go to MACcosmetics.com, shop products, eyes, pigments, and that'll take you to all the colors. On MACpro.com, you go to MACpro.com, products, MAC products, eyes, shadow, pigment. So you kind of got to go through a lot of things, but I will have links to both of those in the sidebar. MACpro.com has a lot more colors to choose from, but also if you don't have a MAC Pro card, you can't order online, but I will have numbers in the sidebar. There's one for the USA and one for Canada. Those are the only two I have. If you live somewhere else, I guess you're just going to have to Google it and find out what your MAC Pro number is. But I have links for those in the side, and you do not have to be a MAC Pro customer to order over the phone. So I will have numbers in the sidebar, and you can call them and say, I want this color pigment, this, and they will ship it to you. So that's pretty good. So I'm just going to show you a couple of my favorite colors before I get into what they do. So this is Mutiny, and I have like lists over on the side, like sticky notes on my computer. So if I keep looking over there, that's what I'm looking at. So this is Mutiny, and it is a clean sky blue with gold pearl. How pretty is that? Okay, then here is Bold and Brash, and it is described as a bright magenta. It looks kind of red on the screen, and it looks kind of red in real life, but really it is just a bright magenta. Then I have Frozen White, which is a white with blue duochrome, and this is what a duochrome is. So I'm just going to take a black gel liner. This is Black Track from MAC, but you can use any black base. They have black ground paint pot. You can use, what is it? The black NYX Jumbo Eyeshadow Pencil. So here is just a swatch of black, and here is Frozen White pigment. And I'm just going to take a little and put it on the black. So pretty. And see, it becomes that gorgeous blue color. But alone, it's just a white with a little bit of blue reflex. You can't even really see it. But over top of a black base, it is going to turn this beautiful blue, almost, to me, kind of has a periwinkle tint to it. But look how pretty that is. It is beautiful. So that is Frozen White. Then we have Push the Edge, which is a deep purple. Looks like this. Alright, and then I use this color a lot, and I actually have a tutorial using this. And the tutorial, ironically enough, is, I think, called Deep Blue Green Smoky Eye. And this is a deep blue green pigment. It's deep blue green. This is on MACpro.com only. So that's the only place you can order it. Then my other two, they don't sell anymore. I got Milk, and I ordered this a couple of days ago. I ordered it on Wednesday, and it is now Monday, and they still had them in. It is just a beautiful, shimmery, very, very, very light white pink. I love it. And then JARDIN's, which this one is pretty old. I got it at my CCO, which is just like a discount makeup store, and they have some MAC products sometimes. So I got this, and I really like this for one of the things I'm about to tell you. So a lot of people think that pigments are just eyeshadows, and why would you get a pigment when you can get an eyeshadow in a pan that's a lot easier to use than some loose powder? Well, I'm about to tell you why. Of course, you can use these pigments as eyeshadows, and today I did my eyes using only pigments, except for, of course, the eyeliner and the mascara. But I have milk on the lid, pushed the edge in the crease, and frozen white up on the highlight, and I think it's so pretty. So you can use them as eyeshadows. Also, if you take an eyeliner brush and you put a little bit of Fix Plus from MAC, which is just the kind of watery spray, or you can just dip the brush in water and put it into pigment, you can make your own eyeliner or base, like kind of a basey consistency if you'd like, and put it underneath your eyeshadow. Also, you can use it for blush. So today for blush, I have on Bold and Brash, which is this color. And you can use this with a brush, but I find it easier just to dip my ring finger in it, just a touch. Smile to find your apples. Pat it onto your cheeks and blend it up towards your temples, and then just kind of blend it all out. So that's what I have on. You can also, I know this list keeps going on and on and on. You can also use these as lip glosses, which this is the lip gloss color I have on as well. And so what you need is a lip brush. So this is the MAC 316 lip brush. Looks like this. Oh my gosh, that blue color is so pretty. All right, back on subject. This is a lip brush, and what I did was I took a clear MAC lip glass. Okay, so let me show you this real fast. All of MAC pigments come with this little clear stopper, and a lot of people just take this, throw it away, and just put the cap back on it. But I like to keep these because you can mix things on this, like if you want a lip gloss, or if you're using your Fix Plus to get it wet, you can mix it on top of this and then just take a paper towel and wipe it clean. So I really like using this instead of the cap. So what I did was I just took a little bit of the lip jelly onto my brush, and I put a little bit of Bold and Brash onto the lid, and I just mixed it together using my brush and put it on my lips, and this is what came out. They also have another color. Oh gosh, what's it called? Dun 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 dun. I don't remember, but it's a very, very light pink color that is absolutely gorgeous on the lips. Okay, so now, of course, you can use it anywhere on your face to put color, but there's some other things you can use them for that a lot of people don't know. The first one is nail polish. I don't have it on right now, but I'm about to show you how you can take a pigment and make it into nail polish, any color pigment you want. And also keep in mind that you can mix pigments. So if you want, say, Push the Edge, but it's a little too dark for you, you can mix it with a little bit of frozen white and get a lighter purple, which is so cool. Alright, so I'm going to show you how to make the nail polish with it right now. Okay, so I have a video, and I will put a link over in the sidebar over there, and you can just click on it, to how to give yourself a French manicure. And I've done all of the steps up until where it's time to paint your nails. That's what we're going to start with. The first thing you want to do is take a clear nail polish and put a base coat on. Now I know that this is the same clear nail polish that we are going to mix our pigments with, but the reason we want to do this is because if you put a color nail polish straight onto your nail, that is what is going to discolor your nails and make them kind of yellow. So just put one coat of this clear polish on all of your fingernails. Alright, so now all of my fingernails have a base coat, and I've given it time to dry. So now you want to take a paper plate, just like this, or you can use a napkin. You can really use anything, but this is just easy for me to clean up. So I'm going to take this clear nail polish, and I'm going to get some on this paper plate. So I'm going to get enough where I think it's going to cover all 10 nails so that I don't have to remix more later. If you want to try to save as much of your pigment as possible, you might want to start off with a little bit and gradually add as you need to. But, alright, that looks like about enough, and I know it's clear, but I'm still going to try to be weird and show you. Can you see that? Okay, Now take the pigment that you want to use for your nail polish, and I'm using Mutiny by MAC. This is my favorite MAC pigment, and it is just this gorgeous blue color. Using a toothpick, or you can use a spoon or fork or the back of an eyeliner even, and I'm going to scoop some pigment out onto the plate right next to the clear nail polish. So here's the clear nail polish, and here is the pigment. Alright, so now I'm going to take my toothpick and I'm going to mix the pigment with the clear nail polish until I get the color that is best. So, tip it and scoop. You can make this as vibrant or as soft as you'd like. Alright, so then I'm just going to make sure all of this is clean. Alright, so now I'm going to take the brush out of the clear nail polish. Don't worry, it's okay. You can use this brush. It's not going to ruin the rest of your clear nail polish, and I'll show you how. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get some of this blue onto this brush. Okay, so it's basically like you're just using a regular nail polish. Take my first finger and I'm going to paint. Oh my gosh, this color is so pretty. Alright, so I have 4 fingernails done, and look at how pretty that color is. So I'm going to finish up, and I am going to do all of my fingernails, but I'm just going to go ahead and tell you what you need to do with this. So since this has blue all over it, if you put it back into here, it is going to give a blue tint to all of your clear nail polish, which we do not want. So you are going to need to wash this. You can either use your shampoo that you use for your hair, or I like to use baby shampoo because it's a little bit softer on the bristles. So you wash it, and then you just take a paper towel and you gently dry it, going back and forth like this, and then it'll be totally clean and you can put it back into your clear nail polish. So I'm going to do 2 coats of this color, then I'm going to put a clear coat over it. Okay, another thing you can use it for is you can take your moisturizer or your lotion, and you can do a scented one, or you can do just a plain one, and you can mix it. I like to use JARDIN, which is just this very, very, very light gold pearl color. So I like to use this, and I mix it with my lotion on special occasions, and if you rub it all over your body, it's just going to give you a subtle glow that is so pretty. There's so many different color pigments that you can use for that, but my favorite to use is JARDIN. So a lot of people like to have all of their MAC eyeshadows in a palette, which you can either depot your eyeshadows and put them into a palette, or you can buy them already just in the pan form and put them in your MAC palette. People say, I don't want to get a pigment because I'm never going to use it because I just use what's in my palette. You can actually press these into a pan form, and my sister Elle, All That Glitters 21, she has a video on exactly how to do that. So I will put a link over in the sidebar so that you can go watch that video of hers and figure out how to press one of these into a pan. Alright, so basically those are the different ways that you can use MAC pigments. As you can see, there are so many different ways, and I have to say I've never been a huge MAC pigment collector. You know, I did the eyeshadows, and then I went on to the lip glosses, and then I wanted to have every foundation they had to try and see which one was the best. But now I'm so stuck on the pigments. So I am actually going to go place another order, and if you have a pigment that is available on MACcosmetics.com or MACpro.com, comment below in the sections and tell me what your favorite one is, because I want to make sure and pick it up. And that is it. So tutorial on this hair coming soon, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.